the stage. Oh, he is also a presidential citation winner. Let's welcome to the stage David Zock.
Yeah, I like you too. So, this is not a formal presentation because I didn't exactly have a lot of warning. But I did want you to know it did take quite a bit of effort to get that flight canceled. And one of the things that Josh had asked me to do was, because I am a futurist, I'm not an architect, but as you probably already know, I'm rather fond of architects and those about to become architects. So I was on the board of the American Institute of Architects as one of their public directors. They always had 2 non-architects. And we get the glorious job of going, what were you thinking? And we get to stop sentences or stop conversations cold by pointing out something that nobody was thinking about. And I do want to start by saying sort of my introduction to both AIAS and AIA was right after I got on the board. I spoke at Forum in Toronto. And when Vice President Daniel McDonough was doing roll call, someone iced her. Took 2 Smirnoff ices. And of course they wanted her to chug it. She wasn't going to do that. And during my speech, I had this funny thing about one of the ways to sort of take ownership of the future is to start smoking and drinking. And everybody's laughing, and I looked over and I saw that one of those Smirnoff ices was unopened. I walked over, I opened it up, and I took a drink. And there was this cheering standing ovation that was so much fun. And then it got back to the board. And one of the slightly formal members said, yeah, I'm sure you had fun, but remember, you are representing the board of the American Institute of Architects. And then someone else who was there said, yes, but he was professional, they were having fun, and he said, and for the first time in years, AIS now thinks the AIA might be cool. Because we are certainly, and I'm using we, meaning the board, even though they kicked my sorry off. We have really been recognizing how cool all of you are. And there has been an awful lot of efforts with emerging professionals. We had the Emerging Professionals Town Square at the convention, and Jeff Potter and Mickey Jacob, 2 previous presidents, put a lot of effort that this is where the future of this industry is, and we have to pay attention to you. We've been going through this repositioning, which is an awkward thing of trying to take something so massive and inevitably so bureaucratic and make it more responsive and more focused on where we're going as opposed to where we comfortably are. And we cannot do that without you. So your dedication and your devotion to this organization, AIAS, must transition towards the American Institute of Architects. We need you. While on the board, we had, he was the mayor, I believe, of Charlottesville, and he had this great old phrase. Apparently it's an old Latin phrase. And he said, nothing about us without us is for us. That's profound. Nothing about us without us is for us. And you can apply it to anything that you are doing. You cannot do things without your clients. You cannot do things without your friends, without your families, without your communities, without those older than you and younger than you. My proudest moment on the board happened at the last board meeting, where we voted to give Julia Morgan the Golden Award. She is the first woman to receive it. And last year, they gave it to Tom Main, and that was not my choice. But he was the bad boy, of course. And yet, here is a woman who fought against all odds and just kept putting her head down and working and creating beautiful work. And that was an amazing honor. Yeah, she died in 1957. And maybe we need to catch up. But I want you, please, to understand that we should never condemn the past. They make mistakes. But I can guarantee you that the future will look back at this time and will point out mistakes that we are making right now. And last night, or I think it was on Tuesday, Albina, where are you? Hi there. So she did a marvelous speech. She's a marvelous speaker. She was so full of heart. And she talked about why she loved this country. And she's from Albania. But see, what she has is she has perspective. And you, as architectural students, learn all about perspective, but you must understand that perspective comes from all different ways. So having the perspective of living in another country and coming here and recognizing all the gifts that we have. And you didn't pay for any of those gifts. They were here. You're contributing to them. But any time that you get a gift and you didn't pay for it, you must be humble. And you must be thankful. I think the speeches by Mark LePage and Catherine Darmstadt were worth the price of admission. Those were amazing.